Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. It's that time of year. I'm looking out the window here. They've got fall colors everywhere. It's my favorite time of the year. October, November, fall colors. For a lot of people, it means football. For me, it means hunting. Yeah, I've been out doing a little bit of it, but not much. But I'm about to get cranked up next week. It's going to be getting some serious deer hunting in. But I am a piker compared to another fellow on our staff, Kevin Jarnagin, also known as KJ. You see him on our videos, on our TV shows, on podcasts, everything else. This guy hunts more than anybody I know, and the only reason he doesn't hunt more is because we don't let him out as much as he would like to go. He joins us right now with a range report, taking the boys out hunting. Hey, KJ.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Well, tell me, all right, first of all, give some little background on the boys. How old are they?
Well, Jet is 14.
Yep.
And Knox is, you're 8, right? Yeah. He's 8, and he shot his first deer last year at the age of 7. So he was pretty excited. Jet's he's kind of an old pro at this.
Right, and I know they were geared up, ready to go. You're making the long drive. You said you're actually driving more than you are hunting on this weekend.
We drove a lot more than we hunted. I couldn't take Knox out of school because he's been sick here lately, and he has missed so much school. But usually I have a day. I take him out of school, and we hit the road, and we kind of make our way up to Oklahoma. But in this trip, we left around 5 o'clock from around the New Orleans area, and we literally drove all night to get to the hunting grounds. I don't think I slept for 36 hours or something like that.
That's like a 10 or 11 hour drive?
It's an 11-hour drive. We got to the hunting grounds around 4:10 in the morning, and I just went ahead and I packed, because, I hadn't been out there in, a little less than a year. So I had to get stuff ready, get the blind set up. So I went ahead and let the boys sleep in the truck. And I set up everything.
All right, so you got opening day out there. Was this a youth hunt?
This was a youth hunt. This is not about me. I guess it is a little bit about me. I love taking them out and getting them out the door. And I really, honestly, I tried every which way I could because I'm coming off the heels of a big trip in Alaska. Right. And I did everything I could to talk them out of going hunting this weekend and just putting it off until Thanksgiving week. And Knox, he wasn't having any of it. Jet, he could be sensible, but not Knox. Knox was ready to go.
All right. Well, so Jet, how did the hunt go?
The hunt went pretty good. By my standards, it was a successful hunt. We didn't get anything, but I consider it successful and a good hunt. Had fun, and we saw nature and wildlife, so that was good.
Okay, didn't get anything, but you found nature and wildlife, so it was a successful hunt.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because he was on the gun first. They kind of, I forget how we chose, who got to hunt first, but he was on the gun first. And last night, this time of the year, the deer. They really move late, and especially when it's 94 degrees out in Oklahoma.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I wasn't as enthused about sitting around watching deer because, they just move super late.
Right.
And we had 2 does come in, I'm telling you, the last 2 minutes of shooting light, and I'm looking at my watch going, Jet, it's your call. I mean, he could barely see it, and I was like, do you have them? He had them, and Jet made the call not to shoot because it was so late, and his sight picture wasn't as good as he wanted it to be.
Hey, Jet, congratulations. That is a very mature decision to make. You can always come back another time. There are a lot of hunters that don't know enough to make that call, so congrats on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was, and this morning it was a beautiful morning. Knox was on the gun at the ready, and we got in. We had to stop for donuts, of course. You know, we had Knox set up. He was ready to go. Nothing came in. But one of the coolest things is we're sitting there playing I Spy and, you know, trying to be as quiet as we can in the little blind. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I guess one hog didn't like the other one. And, man, there was kind of a hog fight real close to us. And I was like, boys, do you hear that? And they were causing a ruckus. So I was really hopeful, you know, at least a hog would come by. Never did, but, boy, they were right there.
So you could hear them, but you couldn't see them?
Yeah, the grass out there is so tall this time of the year. You know that they hadn't had a freeze up there yet, and mm-hmm. It started raining a little bit. And we had to head out of town because if you get it locked in on those roads, you guys probably wouldn't see me for another week.
Yeah, it's like some of those things are just they're dry as they can be, and you get a little rain on them, they turn into clay and mud, and you're stuck for a while.
Yeah, you're stuck for a while. But no, we had a really good trip, and you know, we do this every year we do it. They spend about a month and a half dry fire practicing every night, and I don't think they missed a night, even when I was out of town.
Okay, there were a couple of exceptions when we missed night. I had a football game.
Oh, he had a football game he had to go play at,
so no dry firing that night.
No dry firing that night.
We did make up for that.
Yeah, we did make up for it, but we also, you know, before they do dry fire practice, they each recite the 4 rules of gun safety, and make sure the gun is unloaded and they handle the gun. Like I let them do it, just so they can familiarize themselves, and it really does get them ready for the season. It gets them their mindset correct.
Absolutely. I was with a young man last night, and I said, all right, here's the deal. He's got a week to go before his youth hunt. I said, 100 dry fires a night between now and then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's only 5 minutes. That's only 5 minutes worth, but it makes a difference.
Yep. It's really good. And, you know, before we head out in the field, you know, as an apprentice hunters, they can't carry the gun out in the field, and I don't allow them to do that yet. Mm-hmm. But I carry the gun out into the field, and even then, before we go, before we head out in the field, we recite the 4 rules of gun safety. Before we head out, say a little prayer, and then the hunt begins.
Well, that is terrific. So, KJ, just congrats on your boys are great. Of course, there's no wonder why. You got a wonderful family, and congratulations. And you know, and I love the fact that you say it was a successful hunt. We didn't get anything, but it was a successful hunt, and that's when you really start to understand what hunting's about.
Yeah, it was wildly successful. I got to spend, you know, countless hours talking on the road with the boys and in the blind with them, and getting to experience like nature. I mean, we had sandhill cranes flying over us all day, and man, just a lot of fun.
That is terrific. Hey, Jet and Knox, congratulations, guys. I know you're on your way back. You got to go back to school, but that's a fun weekend.
Thank you.
All right, you guys take care. KJ, thanks for calling in. Great range report.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.